You are looking live at the Coliseum. Albany State University, the last of the unbeaten in the SIAC. Okay, we're not really looking live, and I'm definitely not Brent Musburger, for those of you who even remember or know who Brent Musburger is. I'm Tolly Carr. It is This Week in the SIAC. Thanks for hanging out with us. We have 2 weeks left in the regular season before it's championship time in football. Where did the season go? It was just like summer, like yesterday. All right, so I've officially called the SIAC office. I can tell you with confirmation, there are 8 teams still alive for those 2 spots in the November 13th championship game. All right, so let's set the table. Albany State still isn't a lock. Morehouse is still alive. Fort Valley, Savannah State can still make it in. Out west, we got Tuskegee, Miles, Lane, Kentucky State, all alive. How do we get here? Let's find out. We'll start from the back and go to the front. Highlights brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Last weekend, Lane College coming to rain on the Tuskegee homecoming. Michael Huntley here, quarterback for the Dragons. He throws a pretty ball. Lane scores first, 15-yard touchdown to Micah Grigsby. Later in the first quarter, Tuskegee responds in spectacular fashion. Oh, look at Mr. Keenan, an 80-yard blocked field goal to return for a touchdown. A 7-all game at halftime, but in the third quarter, it was Big Bad Ike Brown. No relation to Leroy Brown. Get on the bus with Ike. 42 yards for the score. Tuskegee responds, bringing in the short pass here from Lewis Williams, but Ike Brown put Lane up for good with a 2-yard touchdown. Tuskegee would manage a 51-yard field goal. Impressive, but not enough. Lane wins 21-17. All right, over in the East, the game we talked about and talked about and talked about. And yes, I hyped it up a lot. Well, it didn't quite pan out. Savannah State at Albany State. Our Vaughn Wilson was there.
HBCU game day right here at the Albany State University Coliseum. It was supposed to be a showdown of the SIAC East, but it was more like a beatdown as the Albany State defense clamped down on the Tigers. In the first half, the Tigers had less than 100 yards offense, and I'm sure the second half is pretty much the same. A great day for the Albany State defense, and on the offensive side, Deontay Banu found his receivers wide open down the field and made short order of the Savannah State Tigers. It really was not much of a game. The score is actually closer than it felt like out here. And as for special teams, Gabriel Ballinas, which he told me was the correct pronunciation of his name, had 3 field goals as well as did a great job punting, keeping Savannah State out of striking distance.
Well, we just came out of the gates roaring, you know what I'm saying? They almost tore the doggone door off the dang locker room. So I'm just happy they finally blew the whistle and let us get after it. Well, I think defensively, we just really stuffed them out all game long. It's amazing how motivated you can be when you get the donuts every week for the donut, 5 weeks, Vaughn, we've been eating donuts on Monday. I need a donation from Krispy Kreme or something. But look, offensively, Deontay really played good. We just challenged him. Hey, read the defense, man. They're going to give it to you if you'll read the defense. And, man, he really made some great throws, and those wideouts made some big plays. That was huge in the first half, just to get points every drive and get him going. We know he's a weapon. He just hadn't had that many opportunities. And that kickoff coverage team was like running down the field with their dreads on fire. So it was just really, a combination of, hey, let's score and let's go knock them back inside the 15. Well, we're trying to play 18 to 20 guys over there just to keep them fresh, rotating. Guys don't get tired, and man, they love playing for each other. We had Antonio Leroy, our middle linebacker, go down with a big injury. And you know what? You got one or two choices. You either feel bad for yourself or you play inspired. And our guys really played inspired. They answered the call at every turn today. See all those alums wearing that blue and gold and taking one more step towards where we want to be.
Up next for the Golden Rams, they travel to Atlanta to take on the Morehouse Tigers in their trek to win the SIAC championship.
All right, the rest of the scores from Week 8. Miles over Kentucky State. Allen falls to Erskine. Edward Waters big over Central State. Fort Valley drops the hammer on Clark Atlanta and Morehouse. The Maroon Tigers are awake. They are alive and kicking. 20-5 winners over Benedict. Players of the week in the SIAC. Claude Newell III from Miles, your offensive player of the week. Mackenzie Howard from Lane, defensive player of the week. Gabriel Balinas, special teamer of the week, and ASU in the house there, and Ike Brown from Lane. Get on the bus with your newcomer of the week. All right, let's look at those standings. SIAC East, it ain't hard to tell who's still in it. For Morehouse on up, there's a good chance. A lot of that's going to be straightened out this weekend, though. We'll get to the matchups in just a second. Out west, this is pretty simple. Everyone not named Central State is still in the mix. That's the story. But here's the thing to remember now. Not every game against a conference opponent is a countable game towards your SIAC record. Only 6 of them count. Don't have time to break down everybody's team schedule, but that's the truth, Ruth. All right, so here we go. This weekend, Lane with Central State. Allen out of conference this weekend. Benedict and Clark Atlanta playing for pride. Savannah State and Fort Valley, both teams need a win to stay alive. Morehouse and Albany State, this game is super important for Morehouse. Albany State, though, controls its own destiny. Just win, says Coach G. Kentucky State and Tuskegee, super duper important. Miles and Edward Waters, not a countable game for Miles, but they are not going on vacation. They'll play hard this weekend, I would imagine. Okay, let's bump cross country up in the show this weekend, because last week in Rock Hill, South Carolina, the season ended. They had the cross country championships. Hey, Benedict winning on the men's side. They placed 3 runners in the top 10 in a field of 71, secured their title with 38 points, led by freshman Nelson Kipkimbo, who finished first with a time of 28.8. On the women's side, the cross country championship goes to Spring Hill College. Spring Hill placed 4 runners in the top 10 in a field of 65, and they secured their title with 30 points, led by junior Mary Shelton, who finished second with a time of 19:56.5. Your women's runner of the year goes to Kayla Chance. One more chance from Savannah State. And here's the biggest shocker of all time, like ever. Nelson Kipkimbo is your men's runner of the year from Benedict College. Runner of the week like 80 times this year. I mean, he's dominant. But congrats to everyone on a great season. All right, let's switch over to volleyball now, where there is one constant in the awards. It's that team that is yet to lose in conference so far. Spring Hill College. Cassandra Fairley, Offensive Player of the Week. Emily Wenzeifel, the Defensive Player of the Week. Jessica Fairley, Setter of the Week. All from Spring Hill. Central State getting some love. Jasmine Walker, your Newcomer of the Week. All right, those standings. Volleyball in the East. The conversation starts with Albany State. They are 9-2. Benedict and Clark Atlanta above 500. As we look at the top side of those standings, you know, Dre and Tupac said the West Side is the best side. Well, they might have been talking about SIAC volleyball in the year 2021. Spring Hill, the monsters of the Midway on top. Kentucky State, beast mode for them. And Central State, killing the game as well. Really heavy up top on the West Side. What a show What a season for cross country. Volleyball on fire, and the next 2 weeks of football. Ooh, buckle up, man. It's going to be good. We have the SIAC Football Championship coming up on November 13th. Who's going to be in it? 8 teams are still in the mix. Man, we're going to have to figure that out this weekend. It's going to be a great show. I'm already looking to next week in the SIAC. All right, get out, support, watch, and enjoy whatever you can do with SIAC athletics this weekend. I'm Tolly Carr from Atlanta. Thank you so much for your company. We'll talk to you guys later.